Hello, in this video we're going to be upgrading this car to my spec. It is my first car, and also this is not David Campervan Man, he is behind the camera this time. So if we have a look at this car, it's needing a new recommission and paint job. There are areas on the roof which need done. The boot, we could do some special stuff with lining it, and just a general once over. I'll be using this as is and gradually upgrading it with better parts, and you see
it's delaminated itself. It's a common problem on Minis.
So all these problems, they need fixed. But then also, at the moment it's an automatic, so it's a 1275cc engine. What I'm going to do with it is, in another video, David Campervan Man, my dad, and me will learn how to fully rebuild an engine and restore this rusty one and swap it into the car. And there'll be some nice upgrades for that video.
And if I could just say, it's an automatic right now, and we plan to change it to manual. So there's lots of changes that we need to make. Plus, I think we're going to lose the air conditioning on it because
extra space.
We need extra space because young Kyle is going to be a bit frivolous and put on a supercharger kit. That's the plan for now.
I was going to hide that for a later time, but
oh well,
that's fine.
Couldn't keep my mouth shut.
It's going to be a very exciting upgrade. So this is the manual engine which will be going in my car, and as you can see it's really rusty. We got it for free in a storage container. It was really damp, and
yeah, you can see all the corrosion on the casing for the gearbox. You can see we've actually tried to move the engine. We have tried to turn the engine, I mean, and so we've had WD-40 in it all day, and look at it, it's going quite easily, so that's not too bad. We'll probably need to see how badly scored the bores are, and as you can see, the flywheel, clutch and flywheel, has been quite badly rusted, so all sorts of really top upgrades he's getting. Now look at this, this is the number for the engine, so we're going to grind that down a bit with a wire brush to see exactly what this is. And there is the cylinder head. Now that's a bracket that you don't get on the older ones, probably for the alternator. It's either an SPI or an MPI. I have lost touch a wee bit with these things, so I'm sure we'll work it out. And what are you doing with the gearbox, Kyle?
5-speed upgrade.
Oh, you want it 5-speed, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
So that's going to be A dear, but B, it's going to be a really nice upgrade. So I think, actually, out of all the work that's needed to be done on this, I think the subframe's different on the manual, and this being a Japanese import and having the air conditioning, it's got a different radiator, and yeah, I think some of these bits and pieces are in different positions. That looks like the ECU, but it's not a problem, we should manage. I think, is this an MPI or an SPI? I can't remember. It's 98, which would have been MPI in UK. I'm not sure if it was that in Japan. Are we back to the interior?
I'll turn the engine on.
Okay, alright, we're going to hear the engine. Brilliant. We don't get modern engines sounding like that. Sounds great. Right, let's have a little closer look at Kyle's Mini. I've actually been into Minis for a number of years. I've had a Mini in Mini Magazine, feature car, and so I've been into Minis for so long, and you get kind of used to what you're dealing with. And I've always had Minis from the UK, but I have now imported, I don't know, 3 or 4 Minis from Japan, and it always amazes me how good they are. Take, for example, this being a late 90s Mini, this is a 1998 Mini. On a UK Mini, these are cornflakes around here. They're just so rusty, and you probably just have to trust me if I put my hand up there. I've never put my hand up here before, and apart from a little bit of muck, I am not feeling any rust there. The inner wings, that little lip there, that is mint. There's just no rust. on this sill, it's obviously been powder coated or something, not powder coated, seam sealed. Okay, there's a little bit of flaking away of that sealant, but we'll catch that. And look at that. Okay, so somebody's at some point, can you see that there? How many people jack the Mini up on the floor and bend the floor? That's slightly bent. That's a very common issue. And if that then breaks the seal and makes it rust, I've got a Mini in the workshop that's exactly what happened, and I'm going to be fixing that up again, so I'll share that with you too. So the worst of Minis as well is the bottoms of the doors, especially the driver's door, because it gets open and shut much more, so everything vibrates. So this looks pretty good for its age, but I've had a look on the inside. If you want to come around the back of me, Kyle, if you have a look. Okay, so just down here, there's a bit of rust starting there, so we might need to reskin the door or localized repair, but I do have some skins, so we'll just make sure it's right when we're doing the colour change on it. I think we've mentioned the dashboard, but because we're losing the air conditioning, we're going to be putting another dash on it, and we'll probably go for the 3+3 dials. I'm telling Kyle what you should buy, what you should get. Let's have a look under here. Okay, rear subframe area. Usually a rot spot in all these areas, but as you can see, it's only very light surface rust that's on it. And this car owes us less than it would cost to buy a brand new Heritage shell, which I believe at the moment are about 12.5 grand. So for importing a Japanese Mini, you get the car and all the bits that's on it. So if you're going to want to use it for a donor, great, it's a great way to do it, because you can make money selling all the parts and just make it to your spec. Ideal, because most Mini owners want to make it to their spec. Right, okay, a little bit of rust up here, rear valance, again, nothing terminal. I've never really had a close look at this car particularly.
I saw that bit earlier.
Yeah, so just the windscreen rubbers, but really that's coming out eventually. I think Kyle's wanting to put a fancy exhaust on it. The wheels are all really good. Actually, look at that. There's zero aluminium corrosion on that. Bottom of this door is perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. I love the sound of a Mini's door closing. It doesn't sound like a Golf.
Do it again.
Wonderful.
So this video has been a bit of an introduction to what we'll be doing to it, and in the background you can see Dad's Renault 11, which is another project going on. You can see the video up there or there, and inside the workshop there are another 2 Minis and another car, which will both need a video for them too. So stay tuned for that. Oh, and another Mini at home. So stay tuned for these videos, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.